Hi, here's Professor Fabiano from Grace Barra, Portland, and I'm going to be showing the technique of the week. It's something I want to share with everyone that gonna be following or subscribing our YouTube channel. So every week we're gonna have the professors showing the technique, not necessarily their favorite, but maybe those who works the best for themselves. I have here my student. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Tartaruga. Hello.
All right, that was a short one. And so today we're gonna be working on. I'm gonna show you guys the clock choke. Right? It's the kind of choke works for all sizes. It's my favorite choke on the third position against like the bigger guys. So let's start then. Okay, so I have Tartaruga here in a Tartaruga position or a turtle position, right? So and I'm making this guy carrying myself a little, so I'm not only like putting pressure from the top, right? But I'm keeping my knee here right by his knee as well, right? And while I'm doing that pressure from the top, at the same time I'm using my leg to push a little that way. So in that case, you're gonna try sometimes like push back against me, so it's gonna be here, so I make myself heavier, right? So first thing I'll do is I have to get that lapel on that side, right? So sometimes, if you try to go just this way right away, you notice that, and he's gonna stop my hand right there. I'm gonna, give him a hard time to get that lapel. So what I like to do, I like to get my thumb inside this lapel right here, right? And instead of going in front of his face, going that way, I'm going over that way, right? So he's tucking his chin, right? You're not gonna help me like that. So sometimes I have to like kind of push really far that way. See, I'm pushing here, make him, moving that way, so I can go and wrap the lapel, around his neck. So I push that way. I'm gonna slide and get, right? So once I get that, really good grip in there. Can you see that, please? See that, right? Mm-hmm. Now I gotta make another grip, which I like to grab on this wrist, right? I know a lot of guys, they like to, grab the other lapel, but, yeah, it works, when you are able to get in there. Like big guys, sometimes it's really hard to get in there, so I don't have that. And if I go too far here and try to grab, now all he has to do is to roll me. Grab and roll, right? So go ahead. And then, I'm gonna lose that top position, right? So I wanna make sure I have that grip and I get the wrist. At the same time, wrist is also, I don't want to really get tall on this guy right here before I start cranking the choke. So I keep myself lower, even if he tries to roll me right now, right? So I'm kind of get my hip down right there, get really heavy, so he's not gonna be able to reverse me, right? So once I have that, now, before I even start cranking, I'm gonna pull that my way, and I kind of gonna jump using my hip right here on top of his shoulder. So I go here, do one step, right? And I keep holding that, and I keep going that way, like a clock, till he taps, right? But if you notice, all the pressure, weight is around shoulder, head, right? So pushing down and cranking that, right? One more time. You get in there, right? So it's pretty much like I have to get tall, but get here. See my hip right there? Okay, all the pressure in there, right? Now I keep walking that way and pulling. One another little detail, right? When I have that, right? Only pulling this way, sometimes it doesn't work, right? So I'm gonna do a lot of strength, it's not gonna work. What I do, I have a good grip in there, and I'm going to, before I even crank sometimes that lapel, I'm going to just move my wrist that way. And then I'm going to start pulling. Okay, so pretty much I'm here, right? I go that way first. You see, it's already hurting, and then I'm going to pull. Okay, I hope you guys going to be able to get that detail. It's pretty good for lapel chokes, right? So only moving hand, wrist. I get this part right, his throat. So my hands like this, and pulling is one thing. When I do that, I get like really hard part right there, and then I'm gonna start cranking that lapel. Right? Again, right? So I got here, that, go around, got it, right? So I'm going to jump on his shoulder, right? And then I'm gonna start cranking the choke. All right. So that was my technique of the week. I hope you guys enjoy, and if you have any questions about it, you can comment on the comments below the video on our YouTube channel. Right? Thank you, everyone. Thank you.